Hello friends, welcome back to a little coffee club. So this is the third time I'm recording the beginning of this video. The first time, which you will see, is the next clip following this one, because I'm not gonna re-record the whole entire clip again. That lasted 17 minutes. But because I'm trying something new and it's on the phone and I can't see the framing, I don't know if I'm in frame. It turns out that I recorded a 17-minute long clip, and you can't see, you can see my mouth, like sometimes my nose, whatever. But yeah, I'm not in frame properly, but I don't want to re-record the whole entire clip. Just know that moving forward, we're going to see more of this. Hopefully I figure out the framing so it's always spot on, but I'm sorry about today's second little clip here. You're going to hear me say hello again because it's the whole entire clip. I'll show you everything. But it's funny, at the end of the clip, I say, oh man, what if I chopped off my head or something and I have to re-record this? So it turns out I kind of did, but I'm gonna leave it. Because I mean, you can see my mouth and everything talking. Moving forward, I'll do a better job. And by the way, all of this gets explained. So just give me a second, everything will be explained. But please forgive me because I hadn't figured out things exactly. You know, I thought about just recording a small short clip like this and checking, but you know, it's one of those things, you know, you should do it, but then you don't do it. And then, okay, whatever. Anyway, you're gonna hear me say hello again, and then you'll see the whole entire clip. Next time, hopefully the framing will be like this, and we'll do more of this, and it gets explained on the next clip. So, thank you. Hello friends, welcome back to a little coffee club. Okay, I'm trying something different, something new that maybe is gonna help me to still be able to come out on camera more often, especially when I'm tasting and reviewing the coffees. My idea today is to kind of have the coffee off to the side like this, and then be able to talk in front of the camera without having to set up the main camera and clear up the counter where I usually keep the lights and a little tripod and a few things that I need to make the videos, a little rag in case I make a mess. All these kind of things I kind of keep off to the side. I don't want to have to clear that up. So we're gonna try this today. Hopefully it works well. I like the way the lights are set up and everything. I think usually I'll even start all the lighting in the background. If you could see it around me, I'm not sure. But if they're visible, maybe next time I'll start some of the lights and stuff just to give it a nice glow. And the one behind the Bianca, I should have started at least that one. Well, anyway, I'm trying this as a new thing. Hopefully it works well, and I can use this. I can be in front of the camera more often. You know, I call this our little coffee club because, you know, I want you guys to feel like you're part of it. I want you guys to be included. This is a YouTube channel that you could be a part of. You can participate. I want you to participate. I want you to leave me a comment, at least drop in, say hello. But I try to, I try to give you guys what you want, right? If you guys, and I know it adds value to the video for me to talk in front of the camera when I'm talking about the coffees, because you'll see my expression and it just makes it better. I follow a bunch of YouTube channels and I like that as well, so I know exactly what you mean. I'm trying this. Let's see if this makes it somewhat easier to come out in front of the camera when I'm talking about the coffees. Like right now, the tripod, I don't know how the angle looks and everything because I can't see the screen on the phone. That's the negative. On the camera, I could see the framing and everything. But if the framing is not perfect, I'll re-record the clip, try again. We'll see. I'll try to make it work. But maybe right now it's coming out okay. All right, so yeah, it's something new I'm trying. It saves me some, like I don't even need to start a new clip. I can just place the phone. It's just on the counter. There's no tripod or anything holding it. So this might work. We'll see. Anyway, I have a bunch of coffees off to the side. I'm not sure if you could see them here, but I'm pretty sure that it was in frame. And okay, let's go back a little bit. I said that I want you guys to participate and to be a part of this. And that is true. So a bunch of you guys have been asking me to try the soup shot and try this turbos and all these things that people are into now. It's never been something that I've been looking forward to doing. So I don't know how I feel about trying that. It's not something I never wanted to try. Let's just put it that way. I never was interested in that. but because everyone now is saying how awesome it is, now I'm curious, right? I'm curious. And a couple of you guys have reached out and said, hey, you need to try this new soup thing or whatever. I'm gonna try it. That's what this video is all about. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but it's gonna be all espresso. I have the Bianca, it was warming up. Maybe you heard it getting ready back there. So yeah, I thought about using the flare, and I think the flare will work just as good, if not maybe even better, for doing this kind of like no pressure kind of, because you can control how hard you're pushing. But then again, with the Bianca, it's the same thing. I have flow control, I can do the same thing. And because I can move faster from shot to shot on the Bianca is the reason why I decided I'm just gonna go on the Bianca. It's just gonna be easier for a video. Today we might end up pulling, I don't know, 3-4 shots, maybe even 5 shots, I don't know. Depends if I get them right or not. Okay, here's the difference. A regular, let's not even call those shots espresso. It's not espresso, okay? Espresso has a defined parameters. It means something. You can't just say espresso for any kind of coffee because you use an espresso machine. No, I mean, I can put my V60 under the espresso machine, let it trickle in. Am I making espresso? No, there's certain parameters that you have to meet to call it espresso. Espresso means something. So yeah, hopefully that's clear to everyone. So these, like soup shot is supposed to have like no pressure. Maybe 1 bar, if at that, or no pressure. It's just the water running through the pot. Makes no sense to me. Probably makes a mess. That's another thing that I'm scared of. I'm still thinking, as of me recording this first clip, I'm still thinking if I'm going to use the spouted or the bottomless. The bottomless is the one warming up on the machine, man. I know it's gonna be a mess, but maybe I do a better job than I'm thinking. But the thing is that the flow rate, okay, the amount of water flowing through the puck is so much water and so fast that it's just gonna come out like however, it's just a mess. So I don't know, I still don't know, we'll see. All right, so the soup shot, no pressure. Usually these shots get pulled something like a lungo, like a 1-4, 1-5. Some people do 1-3. I mean, I do a 1-5, that's... Okay, hold on, let me clarify something. On here I said a 1-5 is what I normally do, and that is not correct. You guys know that I always do a 1 to 2.5. So 18 grams in and 45 grams out. Later on in the video, you'll see that I end up doing a 1 to 3.5 for the soup shot and for the turbo shot. So on here I said a 1-5, but that is incorrect. I usually do a 1 to 2.5. And on this video, you will see that the soup and the turbo shot end up being somewhere around 1 to 3.5. My normal espresso, so I'm not doing 1 to 3. I'm gonna go at least 1 to 4, maybe even 1 to 5, which is kind of like way out there for espresso. I mean, that is, even for a lungo, it's really long. So, okay, so maybe I'll go 1 to 4, 1 to 5, we'll see. So that's your soup, and then you have your, and it's supposed to finish in like 15-20 seconds, okay? So a turbo, or maybe even faster than that. So a turbo is kind of roughly the same, but it does build some little bit of pressure, maybe 4 bar, maybe 5 bar on a turbo. And again, it's supposed to finish in 15 seconds, maybe, I don't know, I think 20 is too long, like around 15 seconds. And it's supposed to be also a long shot, maybe a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, okay, on a turbo. So a little bit tighter ratio. And then, you know, that's your typical espresso with its parameters. I'm not gonna go over that because everyone here knows. So maybe, oh, here's why I mentioned also Kent. And this is, you created this, okay? But you know that I'm in the middle of reviewing the coffees you sent me. Kent sent us a box of coffee from Norway that is so far, I've only tried, as of me recording today's video, I've only tried 2. I'm ready to start on the 3rd one. I'm gonna end up freezing a lot of the coffee because I don't want it to get old, you know, so I'm still playing with some of them, and I'm dialing in right now to compare the Pietro and the Niche Duo, and I'm doing it with one of your coffees. So, I mean, I've enjoyed every single cup. It's been wonderful, but one of those coffees I'll revisit and do that comparison soon. But okay, the thing is, you're telling me to try these soups. If I end up wasting some of your coffee, it's kind of your fault. And I really, okay, if it doesn't go well, I'm gonna try to first start with regular espresso because I know should enjoy that. Depends. If it's just flowing too fast, then we'll go see what happens and maybe turn it into a turbo or one of these soups or what. It's not gonna be soup, come on, let's face it. I will try the soup today, but I'm gonna try to make it regular espresso. So there's no way I'm gonna get it that wrong and it's gonna be soup. So that's not gonna happen. So, all right. Hopefully I get a nice shot of espresso and try it as espresso. I'll review it. I'll give my opinion as to the tasting notes and all that good stuff. But yeah, after that, I'll try one of the fast shots. If right away I don't get something good and I'm not liking it or I messed it up completely or I can't use the shot, I'm stopping this and because I'm not gonna waste any more of it. So I'm willing to waste one shot. Again, if I try to pull a regular shot and I mess it up, what can I do, right? But that was not intentional. So, okay. So yeah, now the reason why I have these two bad boys off to the side because these are my daily drivers. Last time I went to the market, they had both. I just bought these 2 bags. I haven't even opened them. And if you have a choice, I paid exactly the same thing. Here in the US, in Miami, Florida, $14. And at Publix, which is like the most expensive, like, it's really nice, but it's really expensive, at least in my opinion. You know, okay, not really, but there are more expensive ones. But from the run-of-the-mill kind of markets, Publix is kind of up there. But they have good stuff and good quality. And besides, it's like right next door. So I just walk to it. So yeah, very convenient. Again, urban environment. Okay, so but I have both. I have my beloved Dunkin' and the blue bottle. Okay, I paid exactly the same thing. Here in Miami, Florida, $14. They're not quite a pound. I don't remember how much it is, but I'm not gonna put on my glasses. I can't see any of it. So this is the one from Blue Bottle that says Bright. I reviewed this on the channel recently. Then I compared both. I said, this is a little bit better. I'm gonna stick with that. I had the whole bag. Eventually I drank it and this is better. So if you have the choice, they cost the same. Just get the Blue Bottle. It's a little bit better. They both are similar, very similar. They both give you that upfront acidity. The reason why I always had this coffee because I really love it for either like new kind of style espressos, which is, I'm gonna go to this today. That's why I have them here. Because if it goes wrong with that, I'm not gonna waste it. I'll go to this and then the rest of this session, whatever it ends up being, it'll be with the Dunkin'. But I wanted to report back. If you have the choice, get the blue bottles, a little bit better. And like I said, same price. It's a no-brainer. Just get this. But this, you find a lot of times, the Dunkin', you find a lot of times on special. $10 or buy one, get one free, all kinds of crazy deals. So then in that case, get the Dunkin'. Okay, do I need to report anything else back? Oh, like I just said, and on this, and didn't say the name, I noticed recently that doesn't always work. It probably doesn't work for you guys because sometimes you probably just have me there listening in the background. And if I don't say the Dunkin', then you don't know what I'm talking about because I pointed at something and said this or that. You don't know what I'm pointing at because you're not watching. And that's fine. I'm just saying it's very normal. I do that all the time. I listen to Hoon's live show and I'll take a peek when something's going on that I want to see. But a lot of times I'm just listening like a podcast. And the same thing with Jay. I listen to just about all of Jay's videos and I love having him in the background chatting. He talks about a lot of interesting things. It's not just always coffee. Like Hoon, you know what you're getting. Grinders and comparisons and stuff like that. He rarely deviates from that. I deviate a whole bunch just like Jay. I talk about other things. That's hence why I want to start another channel. Jay has like 3 channels. So I think I should have at least 2. Anyway, let's move on. So I talked about why this is here and the coffee I'm reviewing today. So let's report back on the one I brewed from Kent last time, this one here. As soon as I tasted this, I said, wow, I had something recently just like this. So then I guess, is this an Ethiopian? And it turns out it is because the other coffee is an Ethiopian. This coffee here from Gardelli. This coffee is very similar in flavor profile. Oh man, did I have oh no, it's the right one. I don't have my glasses on. Okay, this is the Ethiopian. So similar flavor profile, very well done. Either one. Like if you try both of these, the enjoyment level will be equal. These two coffees are wonderful, but citrusy. So if you want to try a great citrus forward coffee, you've never experienced like the fruity juiciness and citrusness, either one of these, perfect choice. So I reviewed them both. Just if you want to see the video or you want, just leave me a comment. I'll answer you. Okay, and then the last one. This is the very first one I tasted from Kent. Although it wasn't the first video, that's kind of confusing because this was on a Sunday, this was on a Friday. Again, here we go with this. But I don't know the names of these. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Just this one time, you'll have to look at the screen. This one here, I tasted first, but this was a Sunday video and you saw it after this one. This one was the second time I recorded was with this one, but that was a Friday video and you should have seen that first. Okay, today is a Sunday video. This clip has gone on for way too long. Oh, well, as to this coffee, to report back, okay, if I had to pick between any of these three, okay, this would be my favorite because the flavor profile of this one is more of exactly what I like. This is fruitier. This is a bit sweeter. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to, I don't know. Fruitier, sweeter, somewhat citrusy, still, I mean, citrus fruits and sweet ones at that, but it's just different. It's just different. I don't know. I usually call it fruitier and citrusy. So yeah, I don't know how to describe that, but this one would be something like the Kenyan coffees that I've been having this year that I have found them to be just mind-blowing. So yeah, Kenya, I'm still holding as the origin of the year, and Dax Coco Bongo, which I caught myself also while editing saying Congo Bongo, like no, it's Coco Bongo. So Dax Coco Bongo as the coffee of the year. I know it's not, maybe some of you guys are saying, oh, that's rubbish. Like Jay would say, that's rubbish. The Coco Bongo is a co-ferment. I know. It's the best one I've ever had. It blew my mind. It's the coffee of the year, the most memorable thing I've tasted so far the whole entire year. So unless something pops out of the woodworks, and as of me recording this, we are end of August. So yeah, soon September. So the pumpkins are coming out in my house and all right. Anyway, let's get on with the show because I got to pull many shots. I hope this clip, imagine if I had to re-record this whole clip. I'll be very upset. So if I chopped off my head's not in frame, you're just gonna see my mouth and the bags in front of me. And funny enough, that's exactly what happened. I don't know, we'll make it work somehow. All right, hopefully it worked. But let me start the rest of the lighting and start pulling some espresso. Okay, so here's today's coffee. And again, I'm sorry about that clip with, me not being in frame. But you saw the very first clip. The way it looks and everything I'm pretty happy with that. And now today, when I review the coffees and stuff, I can do it on the phone and have less cameras out and just easier workflow. I don't even need to stop the clip. I can just put the phone on the tripod and then just cut out the dead part or whatever. It just makes it easier. Believe me, it doesn't seem like it, but it's a big difference. So, okay, anyway. I'm gonna start with this coffee. Hopefully it goes well and the whole process is good. Hopefully my kitchen doesn't end up being a mess. If it does make a mess, you gotta thumbs up the video for me. You gotta do it. I took a hit for you guys. You guys have to help me out. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens here. We'll try the bottomless, but I have a feeling this is gonna be a mess and I'm not gonna enjoy it, but again, you guys requested it, and then Kent gave me permission to use his coffee, so I'm moving forward. So, all right, let's get the bag open. Wow, this one's very well perforated. This has got to work well. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. Again, you guys know I keep my packaging, so I don't like to mess up the bags. Oh, I forgot to start the background music. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, started the music. That'll be playing there in the background. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys also there's updates as to, remember how I talked about the music getting blocked when it's not supposed to, because there's more to that story that just happened. I haven't had a chance to really, unless I said it in this video. But we'll get that. Maybe we'll talk about that on a Friday video, because today there's so much to do. This video's already probably like 20 minutes long, and haven't even started brewing. It's gonna be another monstrosity. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, the music is playing in the background because at least I won't have to embed the music, because that just adds, again, more complexity. Let me refocus. I'm gonna keep this hopefully as a little bit of editing as it's required to still have a nice video, but okay, should be focused there. I can't believe. And then at the end of the clip, I said it too. I said it, oh, what if I just chopped off my head or something? I gotta re-record all of this. And then it really dawned on me, man, I should have started with that short clip, because I did think of it, but all right, here we go. 18 grams. Doesn't have to be 18, guys. I always do 18-gram shots. It's, it's what I go with, but doesn't have to be. If you want to make your soup some other way, be my guest. Oh boy, it all started with Lance raving about this whole thing. But you guys got to understand, everyone's upbringing, everyone's experience with coffee is a little bit different, and the flavors and things you like to taste, it's a little bit different. So yes, we all love coffee. Some people love their French press, some people love their espresso, some people just do straight pour overs and V60 and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be for me, but you guys requested it, and here we go. So first I'm gonna try to pull a good shot, just a good shot. So that way I know what it should taste like, and I can move forward. With the citrusy coffee, again, this is why I'm saying it's convenient to have the stuff on the other counter right next to me, because like right now I needed this. I just reached over and got it, Let me see, is it in frame? Yeah. Okay, this coffee, I didn't do a good job with the espresso. I don't want to it's great as filter, man. I don't want to deal with dialing in and waste a bunch of it. I think this one I'm just mainly, this is the one I'm dialing in for the Duo and the Pietro battle. And I don't want to ruin it by pulling a bunch of shots that I couldn't enjoy as much. On the other hand, this one here pulled a great shot of espresso. So this one I would pull more espresso and enjoy it as espresso. I already know what the grind size is. I tried it, it worked. I can tweak it if I want it a little faster or a little bit slower, but right from the get-go, I got a good shot and I know I'll enjoy this. So depending what you're getting from each coffee, you can select your brewing method. So this whole soup thing, maybe you enjoy certain coffees as soup, other ones don't work for soup and they'll work for something else. So that's the point of the whole thing. This one, I can definitely revisit as espresso. The other one, I don't think I'm even gonna try, because the filter coffee was so awesome. Why would I want to maybe keep dialing in, waste another 2 or 3 more doses while I dial it in and get something that to me is great, So, all right, I got 18 grams. This one, I don't know. I mean, I have to try it and then we'll see if I liked it. So I'm going with the grind size that's been working for most of the shots, which has been 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there. For my preferred kind of espressos that I pull, which are these longer shots, I usually do a 1 to 2.5, and I like a lot of the Slayer shots where you start with a really low flow and long process, maybe 30 seconds, and then I ramp up for another 30 seconds. The shots end up being about a minute long overall. But half of the shot, you're barely getting maybe 2-3 grams out, maybe even less during the whole first 30 seconds, because it's just like a long blooming or pre-infusion. If you've been watching all the videos, you know what I prefer. Here's another thing I wanted to mention. Although every time I open one of these Nordic coffees, I keep expecting something super light. They keep looking like medium or medium lights, or even a little bit more developed than some of the other stuff I see here. However, I wanted to report back on this. I have started to brew some of them with the Pietro, and man, it feels like you're grinding rocks. It was really, really dense. And that's a sign of the coffee being lightly roasted. Okay, the more you roast the coffee, the softer the beans get. They get more porous, they become easier to grind if you're hand grinding. Up until recent, all I had used just the electric grinders. I don't know how much effort they're putting in. It sounds the same whether it's light or medium or whatever. It just grinds through it. But as soon as I started hand grinding some of this stuff, man, it's a lot. It feels a lot lighter than it looks. It felt like grinding, you know, like grinding rocks. So yeah, very dense. But again, so far, beautiful coffees, beautiful experience. Okay, so let's finally get to grinding this thing. I'm gonna keep the same clip running, but the problem here is with the focusing now because it was locked and sometimes it doesn't wanna just go back to like, yeah, whatever. Let's try to do this. But I want you guys to see the roast level, and there you see it. Grind size again, we are at 13.5 right there underneath 0. So that gives you a good idea of how light this coffee. They don't look that light, but again, if you, all the ones so far, this is the third one that I'm opening up. All the ones so far, if you hand grind them, man, yeah, it's really dense. All right, here we go. Well, they're fighting a little bit. Let's restart it. Tap the spout. Let's see if we have our 18 grams. 18 in. Did we get 18 out? Yes, we did. 18 in, 18 out. No retention whatsoever. Okay, I'm gonna relock the focus right there and we'll move on with the puck prep. Again, the little music in the background is kind of nice for me. It's better to have something playing than nothing playing, but I know it sounds better and I can control it better if I embed the music, but it takes time. And then I can play with the volumes. There's times when I want it a little bit louder and times when I want it softer. Here, if I'm talking, you basically can't hear the music unless, unless I'm quiet. But I have tried both things, like embedding some songs over the background music, and it works. It seems to work, especially at the end, because I always want to put in my outro song. So I'm still playing with all of those ideas. Okay, I haven't pulled any shots, so this should be dry, and it is. Okay. Wow, okay. I hadn't talked about the smell of the coffee, because so far I just opened the bag. I didn't get hit with anything. It was like, if I don't mention it, it's because I didn't feel it. But now I just did. I ground the coffee. I still hadn't gotten hit until just now. And I got just a beautiful, right now I'm just getting all this beautiful fragrance that is just, man, smells great. Wow, maybe, okay, I said it already once before, and the very first one that I tried, that there seemed to be, and I still don't know, I haven't looked at Ken's, you know, these videos haven't started posting. There will be an opportunity for us to talk about all the coffees. The first one, now I just remember because it happened again, where I'm getting this tiny little funkiness in the background on the scent, on the fragrance, where I'm thinking, maybe this could be a natural or some kind of processing, not like co-ferment, just like you know, some type of fermentation. I'm not gonna read the bag yet, if I can understand from the things that are written there, because it is in different language. Ken is in Norway, so if I can understand and I see something where it says natural or something, and you know, we'll talk about it. But I don't want to look into that just yet. Hopefully when these videos start posting, Kent can provide a little bit of insight as to these coffees. I've been looking up information, and since this video will be edited, maybe on the screen I will provide some subtitles. I have done it on the other two coffees, where I provide a little bit more information as the video is, you know, as I'm doing the editing process. Then, you know, by then I already guessed at the tasting notes, and I did my usual thing that I always do. And I'll look up a little information, and if you know, if it doesn't take me a whole bunch of research to find it, then I will provide it on the screen, usually as subtitles on the bottom, or sometimes I'll do a little voiceover. So it just depends. All right, so here, so far what we have looks beautiful. Let me refocus for the temp, bring you in a little bit closer. Maybe right here. Let's try this. Okay, let me show you this again. Okay. Oh, on the very first beginning of the video, on those clips that I recorded sitting down, I really like the lighting. I enjoy it more than when I record at the other counter, because at the other counter, I usually just turn on the lights because, you know, it's just, but right now, because there's nothing sitting on the other counter, I can have a light on the other counter kind of illuminating with warm lighting where I enjoy it more. I kind of like that. I like doing this, that kind of framing. So moving forward, we'll see. We'll see. Today, when I go taste the coffee, I'm gonna put the phone on the other counter and you'll see me. So yeah, that will happen today. If it's not very complicated, doesn't complicate things, then we'll do that. So I'm gonna distribute, because now that I have this tool, I always use it. I mean, it's just nicer to tap into a really flat surface like that. Oh, something to report back on the iCape. Yes, I have enjoyed this, but again, it's like driving a Tesla. Doesn't take much skill. You just press and go, right? But I did notice the last couple times I've used it, which I'm sure you could see it on the video. I noticed it on the video. I was pressing down and it would take kind of longer to snap, to hear the snap, right? Where in the beginning, that was not happening. You press down, immediately snapped. As you know, right away when you press hard enough. But on the last couple of times I used it, it was kind of like there was a delay. So I took it all apart. I completely disassembled this thing and then put it back together. And this is the very first time I'm gonna use it after I did that. Maybe it doesn't even work now. I don't know. It's not the easiest thing, by the way. It's not hard either, okay? It's not difficult by any means, but if you have like no mechanical skills, don't do it. Don't take it apart. It was not the most easiest thing. There's like 3 sections to it. There's like an inner part, middle, and then the outer shell, and 3 different springs that go in different ways. And yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing. So I'm not recommending that you take yours apart. Don't do that. But I did it, and we'll see if it works. I think I put it back together properly. I want to know if it's going to snap right away. It should, because if not, you know, again, I don't want you guys to purchase anything that just because, and I'm not going to do positive reviews if I have problems with things. Again, the review was positive because I had a super positive experience at first, and then I noticed that. And there was nothing negative about it. I just was wondering if maybe this is going to create a problem. Or perhaps coffee gets into something that causes this. So that's, you know, I was checking for you guys and for myself, because I'm a curious type of, I want to know. So I didn't find any coffee. There was nothing stuck. I don't know, but we'll see if it even works now. As soon as I press down, it should snap pretty fast. I shouldn't press down. Now I'm losing my, okay, give me a second. Okay, what I'm trying to say, I shouldn't have to press down and there shouldn't be any delay. I'll let you guys know how it goes. All right, let's try it. Okay, that was perfect. That's the way it should be. That's the way it was in the beginning. So obviously I put it back together properly and the way it goes. And whatever the problem was, for now is fixed. I'm just reporting back. I don't know what happened and why it was doing that, but I would press down and again, there was a delay. Right now you saw it. I pressed, it clicked, perfect temp. Even when there was the delay, the temp was perfect and it was nice and level and everything was fine, but there was that delay. So I thought maybe there's coffee somewhere. Let me check this thing. And well, just reporting back. By now someone's triggered because I've had this thing off the machine for way too long. I know. Okay, let's drop in the puck screen. Let's run it. Oh, I just did maintenance. So yeah, the pump is trying to suck up the water and stuff. Okay, it even sounds weird. Give it a second. I just did maintenance on the whole thing and cleaned out the tank and changed the filter. The water filter's new. You know, I do that probably every like 3 or 4 months. I'm sorry, clean out the tank. I try to do every single month, but change the filter. I leave it for like 3 or 4 months because I only pull, wow, maybe, I don't know, 10 to at most 20 shots a month. So yeah, based on usage, you know, it's not just, so there are little sliders right on the tank that you start sliding up every time you fill it. And when you pull them all up, it's like 20 times you can refill it. And then you got to change your filter. I usually get to about half of that, halfway. Every time I put water in it, I slide it up. Put water in it, I slide it up. And it's not even filling the whole tank. It's probably only like half the tank. And still, I still change my filter like every 3 months, something like that. By then, the slider's like all the way up, and I probably have 1 or 2 clicks on the second slider. So I have done like, I put water in the machine like maybe like 12 times, you know, which kind of makes sense. If you do it every weekend, there's like 12 weekends in 3 months. All of that kind of makes sense. And that's how I've been handling it. Lelit recommends every month doing that. But I mean, that depends on your usage. I mean, I'm not gonna change the filter if it's practically new. I fill the tank like half the tank like 3 times and then change them, no. All right, anyway, let's set up and let's pull the shot. Okay, let's pause for a second. I gotta give you guys some bad news. So I am editing the video back now. I have to mention that unfortunately the GoPro failed us and did not get 2 of the clips. The only clip I was able to rescue from the GoPro is the very last clip, which is the soup shot. So the soup shot, you will get all 3 angles, but the regular espresso and the turbo shot, the GoPro did not get what it was, it didn't get the files. I was only able to pull 1 file out of the GoPro, and then it just got corrupted and I had to format the whole drive. So it is what it is, guys. You still will hear me say everything because that was being recorded through the phone. So that was able to, so you'll see the pressure as well because that's the overhead shot, that's the phone, and that's where I get the audio from. So that all worked out. So you'll see that. And you also get to see the bottom. So as the shot is pulling, you get to see that. So I guess from all the 3 cameras that could have failed, the GoPro is, the one that matters the least. So we got the most important thing, which is the shot pulling and the pressure from the top. So you do not get to see the timing, but I believe I say it out loud so you'll be able to hear what the timing was. So from first drip and overall, I believe I mentioned that. I also tell you what the yield was. So you'll hear me say everything that you don't see on camera, you'll hear me say it. So I'm sorry, unfortunately, it is what it is. The last shot though, the soup shot, you'll see all 3 angles. Okay, because that is the only file I was able to save from the GoPro. So sorry guys, but we gotta push forward. Okay, I should have all the cameras running, and the first shot, like I said, is gonna be just a standard kind of Slayer shot that I like doing. So we'll go for like a 25-second pre-infusion, maybe 25 seconds 9 bar. If it goes even 35 seconds 9 bar, that's fine. Usually for these lighter roasted coffees, that's where it ends up being something I really enjoy. So okay, here we go. I forgot I turned off the automatic espresso function. Okay, give me just a second. Where it's on this one. Okay, that's it. On the Akaya, it's just so much easier to turn it on and off than on the other one. The other one's impossible. I've talked about that already. Okay, so here we go. All right. Usually at around 9 seconds, the pressure comes in. Today it came in a little bit slow. We're getting some dripping. I'm gonna hold it there at 2 bar to start. Okay, I'm already at 3 grams, so I'm gonna go up. That was about 20 seconds. So this is a little bit coarser than what I normally like. And as a matter of fact, we only got it up to 8.5 bar. So ended up being a little bit soupy anyway. All right, 45 out. I got it at 44.5, 27 seconds from first drip, 40 seconds overall. So it ended up being like somewhat of a proper Slayer shot, but just a bit fast, I usually like to keep it going like another 20 more seconds. So longer pre-infusion and longer shot period. All right, let me stop one of the cameras and then we'll taste it. It looks pretty. Okay, signs of channeling, I don't see any, but always with, because of the distance between the bottom of the portafilter and the cup, there's always some little bit of splashing. So I'm kind of trying to take care of that. It's a couple of little drops, but no little squirts like you see when there's channeling. Should have been a nice clean pour. So this could end up being as a nice shot. A little bit fast for me, but again, today is a soup day, so this is slow compared to most people, actually. Oh, that works. That works for sure. That was tasty. Okay, let me try again. Okay, you know, even from the flavor, I would say that this is like either some kind of fermentation process or maybe a natural. There's a lot of depth of flavor. I really like these coffees. The ones that, and you guys should know by now, like if you've been watching all the videos, I really enjoy when there's a lot to it. There's a lot going on, a lot of depth of flavor. I like peakiness, like nice upfront acidity, but balanced with the sweetness. I don't like overly acidic coffees. I do enjoy acidity, but not overly acidic. It gets into like tasting sour for me really quickly. So I can handle bitterness way better than high acidity. You guys should know all of these things by now. So, but by tasting this coffee, I would say that it's a lot like the first one I tasted. So it tastes a lot like this one. All right, let me take off my glasses to talk about the other one, because I don't want to run into the tasting notes or anything. So this one and this one taste, you know, somewhat similar. All right, again, I'm sorry that you can't see any of this on the screen. Again, I apologize. But at the end of the video, I do talk in front of the camera and talk about everything again and kind of like recap on the whole thing. So this one here, again, fruity coffee. I would not say citrus. This one is fruitier. And I would say maybe some kind of natural or perhaps some kind of fermentation process. Let me see if I can identify anything in the coffee. Now that it cooled, I can taste it a little bit better. This one I would say berries, you know, the usual kind of suspects that we always run into. You know, maybe like the currants, tartness up front, maybe berry tartness up front, but a lot of fruit in here. I don't know anything specific. Let me see. I would say some caramel in the background there as well. Maybe some salted caramel, because there is a little savory quality to it. Wow, lovely. Fruity, maybe some caramel, berry tartness up front. That's what I have to say. So now I can put on my glasses and read and see what, and then we'll proceed with tasting it, whatever soup and whatever else happens here. But oh, that's right. I said I was gonna talk in front of the camera. Let's try that today. So, all right, now I'm gonna have to start a new clip because I gotta turn off lights and do things. So give me a second. Okay, I was gonna talk in front of the camera and I will, but I think what I'm gonna do is at the end, just talk about the whole entire experience rather than each one, because that's just too much. So at the end, we'll sit down. I'll read the tasting notes, whatever they are. I already guessed. I'm not gonna read anything there until I finish. I have my other 18 grams here. Now we're gonna try to pull maybe the turbo. So I'm gonna go up by, wow, I don't know. Let's go to, I'm at 13 and a half, remember, and it was already kind of fast for me. It turned out, I mean, for some of you guys, that's too slow, but for me, that's still kind of a little bit fast. Although the shot ended up wonderful. Maybe if I would have gone slower, I would have lost something, or I don't know. It ended up like a great shot, but it's at 13 and a half. Let's go up by, I don't know. Let's go all the way to 18 and see what. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it's gonna be a mess, but whatever. You guys want to see it. So at 18, maybe we get turbo. Maybe we get a mess. And for the last shot, I don't know. We're going to have to go. And then I'm going to, like my flow that's coming out through here right now, it's not a lot because I set the pump pressure to only 9 bars. So Maybe I need to revisit this on the flare, because on the flare you can just press as hard as you want. We'll see what happens. Today's the first try. We'll see. Based on the title of the video, you should have an idea as to how it went, because I imagine if it doesn't go well, I would say something like trying soup, and then always look for total fail somewhere in there, because I usually, if things don't go according to plan, I try to include it somewhere, either in the description or farther down on the title, where it was a fail. But okay, first attempt, 18 grams. And again, if it doesn't go well, I'm gonna switch coffees and go to the other coffee. So, all right, grind size, let's just go to 20. Let's just go from 13 to 20, 7 notches. I don't think I've ever ground espresso at grind size 20 on the niche 0, but you know the kind of shots I look for, so there's no need to go that high. Before I grind this, I remember I have to get the portafilter ready. I didn't do that yet. Usually I start by just running this so it cleans out anything that could be on the shower screen. I start with that. Let me go get this thing. Then usually this is sitting in the sink. I rinse it out so it looks nice for the next clip. Sometimes I'll use the water spout to get it hot, because the water from here comes out really, really hot. So sometimes I'll do that, right? Sometimes I'll do that. Then I'll lock it in, run this again a little bit. I don't usually show all of this, but now, we're ready for the next shot. Just takes a couple minutes, even less than that. Okay, now we'll grind the coffee. So grind size is 20. I imagine this video already is like 45 minutes long. Okay, 17.9, I'm gonna roll with that. We started with 18, we had the tiniest of retention. I'm gonna fluff it up. In you guys' experience, how important is puck prep when you're doing these soupy things? Because does it even matter? It's just gonna go everywhere. I don't know. Isn't the whole point to avoid channeling? It's gonna happen. We're gonna have some squirts happening. If it turns into a total mess, I'm switching to the spouted. I'll clean up and we'll push forward. One more shot, at least minimum on this video. But yeah, and then I'm gonna switch the coffee, go to the spouted, and the rest we'll try with the other safer format. Okay. Okay, so now obviously this is hot. And I have to dry it. Okay, there's no need to run it. That's why I never run it the second time, because I just ran it. Okay, so this is a much coarser grind, grind size 20. I wonder if the machine will build pressure, any pressure, or how much pressure. So we're gonna find out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, as far as the puck prep, I'm gonna just do my best and do what I always do, By the time you guys comment as to how important the puck prep is, if I like these soupy shots, we'll revisit this, but I don't know. It's doubtful, but we'll see. I always come up, I start these experiments with a predisposition, right, of thinking okay, what's going to happen? I'm going to like it or not, or what's going to happen. And a lot of times I end up being wrong, totally wrong. And I admit it. You see it in the videos. Okay, so that's our pot prep. We have to tamp. Okay, perfect. So it looks like whatever happened, I fixed it by taking it apart and putting it back together. I didn't find anything wrong. Oh, another thing is that when you're kind of doing this, I wanted to be very careful so that I could see the position of everything inside as I took it apart, right? But it just when the when the pressure gets released, it just went everywhere, like push. It like exploded and like pieces were everywhere. So then I had to figure out pretty much from square one how to put it back. So okay, this is where we're at. At least that's what happened to me. It kind of popped and I dropped it, and luckily I was doing it on a counter, so nothing happened. But all right, let's lock in. Shot number 2 with grind size 20. Give me a second. Okay, I started the Akai already. I forgot to start all the cameras, and so it's already on, but yeah, nothing's happened here. Here we go. Oh boy, and look at the distance. This is gonna just splash everywhere. It's gonna be a mess. And I don't have anything set up that brings this up. What could I do to at least bring it? Yeah, no, I don't have anything. It has to be flat, so I guess so the scale can work properly. Let's just see what happens. This is gonna be messy, but all right, here we go. Oh, by the way, it's full. There's no flow control. I'm not gonna touch it. It's just fully open. Today is a good, yeah, at least we're gonna get that. I'm gonna switch this to here, whatever. I just wanna be able to see the pump pressure. You know what? I don't even care about the timing. Like, well, I'll tell you guys, but I don't know if I should have brought out another camera, because how do I do this? I don't think from here, even though, because look at on the GoPro, everything like doesn't look that great. I'll be paying attention to it. Since I'm not doing flow control, I'm gonna tell you guys if we go exactly to 9 bar, it should be exactly at 9 bar. I started to do that test the other day, and then the camera didn't get it. So today I'm gonna be for sure noticing that, yeah, everything's running. All right, let's go for it. Let's see. Okay, pressure should be like nothing, like either nothing, or if it goes up to like 3 or 4 bar, then it's a turbo. We'll have to stop it after like 15 seconds and see how much yield we got. We should get like a 1 to 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that. So let's just see what happens. The first time I'm trying this. Here we go. Oh boy. Yeah, we're exactly at 9 bars. Look at that, exactly at 9 bars. So my setting that I did the other day is working perfectly. Okay, no mess. No mess, no stress. I don't know, what do we go to, 60? Usually I'm at 45. Like 60, 65, 63.3. I'll calculate to see what kind of ratio that is. I don't see a mess. Wow, success. 16 seconds from when it started dripping, 20 seconds overall. This is a proper turbo. I didn't look, I wasn't paying attention at the pressure. I was looking at the pressure of the pump. I didn't look up here. I'll put it here on the screen what this hit, okay? Because I don't even know right now. But this looks to me like it brewed. I should have gotten some pressure. Maybe 4 bar, something, 3, 4 bars, something like that. I think this is a proper turbo. My first attempt at a turbo, first time tasting a turbo. Yeah, let me stop one of the cameras. So yeah, I have meant to report back and take notice if my pump pressure was staying exactly at 9 bars, because that's how I did the setting, so it never goes over 9 bars. If you choke the machine completely, it'll still say 9 bars at the pump, which before used to go to 11. So because I was doing an experiment, well, that's too long of a story. If you've been watching all the videos, you know why I did that. I never cared because I always use flow control. But, all right, let's see. I have a feeling this is not gonna be my preferred kind of thing, but all right, cheers. You know, at the time of editing, I'll calculate the ratio of this shot and put it here on the screen. Okay, so you'll see the ratio. All right, the aroma, so the wet smell of the coffee is pretty nice. But so was the proper espresso. It was very nice. Let's compare. I have the other ones, of course, the other one, I had it on top of the machine so it could stay somewhat warm, but the other one's been... I'm laughing because I know what I'm prepared to say here for that turbo. All right, let me taste the regular one. It's still warm. Okay, let me go back to the turbo. Let me put this off to here. Let me see. Yeah, because the camera is in my way, so let me put it up this angle. Okay. All right. The flavor's pretty much the same. I thought I was not gonna like this. I thought it was gonna be, the acidity will be too high, but the acidity level is kind of the same. Let me hold on. Yeah, acidity level is kind of the same. I'm getting more sweetness from this one. The balance of the shot itself, I think, is better here. To me, it's a little bit more enjoyable here. But this is not bad at all. I could see people liking this. I'm missing out a little bit as to the thickness of the shot. It's not as gooey, as thick. The body is different. And of course, you diluted this one more, so it makes total sense. Flavor-wise, the flavor profile is the same. This is a little bit more intense with a little bit more sweetness, in my opinion. Acidity, though, is the same. I didn't expect that. I thought this would be way more acidic, and it's not. Maybe because it just got diluted more. I imagine so. It's like sometimes we turn it into an Americano because it's just too intense, or, it's loud, like it happened recently. So yeah, but I could enjoy either one of these. Either one. I would be happy with this. I gotta say, this surprised me so far. And that's why I was laughing, because I was surprised how much I like this. I thought I wasn't gonna like it at all. Interesting result. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Sometimes we turn it into an Americano and you end up with something like, but why not just make an Americano? At least it didn't make a mess. So right now I'm happy. I'm happy with just that. I don't know how much pressure. I'm gonna have to look at the clip right now that I just recorded to see the pressure, to see if it's even worth trying to do the soup shot on this, on the Bianca. Yeah, I imagine, why not? I mean, you just go coarser and coarser. I mean, eventually it's gonna work. So, all right, let me look back at the clip, see how much pressure, so I can kind of guess at how much coarser we have to grind. And yeah, we got a proper turbo. I mean, you guys let me know. It's the very first one I tried, but I think I did a good job. So the title of the video might just be tweaked. This wasn't bad at all. And the result, it tastes good. Way better than I expected. Okay, so I'm surprised already. Way better than I expected. But I still, they told me pick this or this, I would still go with my espresso. I like the thickness of it, the body, and the intensity of it is a little more intense. And yet the acidity is the same on both. This did not get like an acid bomb. It's not. It's nice, but there is a little bit of sweetness here that is not here. Maybe if I dilute it further, I'll get it. Maybe I stopped it a little short. I don't know. It was 63 grams from what I remember. Maybe I should have gone to, 73, 80 grams. I don't know. Fill up the whole cup like an Americano. I don't know. Let's move on. Let's pull another shot. Okay. Okay. I know I've had some caffeine by now and I'm feeling like more hyper and like better. I hadn't had any coffee, so I feel really good now. But I'm actually enjoying this brew session. I thought this was not, I wasn't looking forward to it, I gotta say. I figured it's gonna be a mess. Maybe this last one disappoints me and makes a huge mess. But first of all, none of the coffee has gone to waste. That was my main goal. And so far, I pulled 2 shots. They both turned out good. So, wow, I'm really shocked that turbo is awesome. It's not, okay, if I had to pick, like I said, I would still take the espresso. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. I liked it. So, all right. So I set up everything this time. I have my 18 grams. This is ready to go. Let's just grind it. Oh, at grind size. I'm all the way at 35. And the, and the last shot, we built 3 bars. That's what it was. Just under 3 bars. Just under 3 bars. I just looked at the recording. I think it was 3 bars. Yeah, it was right at 3 bars. That's what we had. So I think that's proper turbo, right? Proper turbo. The timing was proper. The amount of yield was proper. All of that was proper. This one, again, we'll go for like, I don't know, 70 grams of espresso, 70 grams out. Hopefully we build no bars or 1 bar. I hear if you're past 1 bar, it's no longer soup. They allow you 1 bar. Even mocha pot gives you about 1 bar. This is, you're like making mocha pot coffee with your espresso machine. I gotta say, usually on the mocha pot, light roast doesn't taste good, at least to me. I don't know how to do it. I've tried, it just doesn't work. This would be a method that you can actually enjoy. Like, all right, let's push forward. Here we go. So grind size is 35. That's proper filter coffee area. Let me show you. Let me show you. I wasn't gonna do this again, but here we go. Okay, let me top the scale. I don't want it to time out. Okay. Look, it's right where it says filter coffee. So filter coffee, I imagine it starts somewhere around, well, for me, I never gone past 20. I don't remember grinding past 20 for any kind of espresso. And this is at 35, so we'll see. We'll see what happens here. It's funny to me. Tap it, see if we got our 18. All right, 17.9, we're gonna roll with that. So as you could see, the coffee looks like a medium, kind of, you know? It doesn't even have that much light area in between the beans. And you could hear it grinding, right? It's not struggling at all. The niche, zero shoot to it, through it like nothing, you know? But you can hear it, like the crunching. Believe me, if you were hand grinding that, it's not a lot of fun to hand grind these these Nordic style coffees, but from the look of it, it looks a lot darker than what I expected. It felt really light because how much effort you have to put into grinding. And the taste is, you know, very similar to what I've been having here from, you know, from DAC, Manhattan, you know, even from Good Brothers. Good Brothers, a lot of the coffees are very lightly roasted, just like this. Okay, let's fluff it up. Grind size 35. Oh boy, it's like filter coffee area. Okay, so this is nice and hot. I'm gonna have the paddle fully open again. Perfect. Okay, let me fix this up a little bit and bring you in a little bit closer. Okay, so the pot prep, I'm gonna keep it the same like I always do. It kind of seems to have worked in our favor again. So far, we haven't had a mess. And wow, that was very unexpected. Maybe this one ruins everything and it just goes all over the place. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. If I'm not getting enough water out to get proper soup, next time we'll try it on the flare. Because the flare, you just keep pressing as hard as you want and it's gonna just more and more water. This is limited by my adjustment of the pump pressure. In order to not ever exceed 9 bars, the pump can only put out X amount of water, you know? So there's a possibility that I need more water to do what I want to do here in the amount of time and all of that. So if that's the case, and I can't do it because of my adjustment on the Bianca, next time we will try the soup and the flare. At least I can enjoy the coffee so far. We'll see this one. We'll see this one. But so far, turbo, okay, you know, 3 bars, only 3 bars, but still tasted pretty good. Yeah, and now you can look at this and it's starting to look like, you know, like a really finely ground, something that you would do like a pour over coffee. Okay. Okay, so this thing, whatever happened, I don't know, it's back to normal. It's just I press it and it clicks. But I'll let you guys know if it does it again, that I have to take it apart again. You know, I'll let you guys know, and there we go. Okay, let me lock in, and now we try the soup. Again, if we pass 1 bar, you know, I guess it cannot be considered soup. So maybe we get it, maybe we don't. But whatever, at least I'll enjoy the first 2 shots. Even if it doesn't taste good, I only ruined once, so I'll still enjoy the rest of the other stuff. Maybe what I'm gonna do with the other stuff is turn it into an Americano. I'll keep adding a little bit of water until it tastes just right, because I want it hot. So I'll do it with the kettle, or maybe even from the water spout. We'll see what happens. Let's lock in. Let me set it up and we try the soup. Okay, I have all the cameras running here. The Akaya's ready. Get my shot glass. Again, the paddle's fully open. I'm not gonna touch it. Hopefully it doesn't exceed 1 bar. Again, it's grind size 35. It's starting to look like filtered coffee kind of area territory. We'll see what happens with this. Hopefully there won't be a mess, and I'm gonna be so happy. If I pull this off, I don't think I've ever seen a video of someone pulling this type of style of shots that it hasn't been a mess. So if I manage to pull that off, maybe I'm the first one on YouTube. Okay, here we go. We'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, it's raining coffee. So let's go for like 60. Oh look, no bars. Okay, it's working. Again, I went for like the 60 something grams. That should be more than enough juice, soup juice. And I don't see any squirts. I think I pulled it off. Oh, this is my second drop the mic moment on the channel. One time because I guessed it was gonna be a geisha, and it was a geisha. I guessed that. I still can't believe that. That was with Nick's Coffee. New Forest Explorer from the UK. Anyway, my goodness, I did it. There's no mess. Wow, now I'm really happy that I went with my bottomless, so you could see everything that's happening and the way it looks. And I mean, it looked bad, but but there's no mess. I didn't even see any squirts. Okay, let me stop the camera. Hold on. All right, listen, right now you guys don't know my level of excitement that I pulled this off without making a mess. I don't even see any kind of squirt. As a matter of fact, there's not even that much splashing. A lot of times there's more splashing than this. So, wow. Okay, I'm amazed. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get the portafilter out of there. Okay, I'm gonna give it a quick stir and I'm gonna taste my soup. There's no crema, nothing. It just looks like filtered coffee. There's the tiniest little bit of, you know, maybe from the CO2 in the coffee. All right, here we go with the soup. My first time trying soup. Maybe that'll be the name of the video. I don't know. You guys know I don't, because I still haven't, I haven't edited this. So here we go. Cheers. It's unbelievably pleasant. I can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, I don't know if I still prefer it over espresso, but I could see how some people would like this. Is there a difference between this and this? Okay, here we go. And again, I keep saying this and this and pointing at things instead of like really saying, because if you're just listening to me, you have no idea what I'm saying. I'll try to do a better job moving forward with that, but okay. Is there a difference between soup and turbo? Okay, turbo's here on the right. Okay, here we go. This is soup. They both have about the same yield. The difference is the pressure. Give that one a little stir. Okay, so here goes the turbo. Turbo, let's try back to the soup. The thing is that the temperature difference is maybe could be clouding my judgment, but I'm gonna say the soup one tastes better than the turbo. Okay, here's the espresso. Let's try this one. Let me stir it up. Because I'm keeping the cups on top of the espresso machine, they are staying warm. Yeah, the espresso, they all taste same flavor profile. Obviously the espresso has more body to it. The espresso is wonderfully balanced and sweet. And I don't know if the sweetness, let's go back to the soup. Man, I'm surprised with this experiment. Really surprised. Well, first I thought it was gonna be a mess, and it didn't. And I didn't think I was gonna like this. But it's not bad. Yeah, there is like a little bit of, I don't know, edginess on the front of this and lacking a little bit on the sweetness. This one is just a little bit better balanced. The soup has a little bit better sweetness. The balance is a little bit better. Maybe it's just the way the shot pulled, I don't know. But the little bit of sharpness that this has is not here. This is a little bit, I like this. Okay, so I like the espresso best. Then the soup would be second and the turbo third. But all of them are pretty darn good, way better than I expected. So they are in order of how much I like them right now. So I'm gonna leave them like this so I can set up the camera and talk to you guys and finish whatever this video is gonna be. So, okay, 1 second. All right, I think we are all set to get this last clip. I'll try to do a better job with coming out on camera when I'm talking about the coffees. I know it adds value to the video, and I'll try to do a better job moving forward. I can't promise I'll do this every single time, but I'll see. I think this setup, it's a little bit easier. Not a whole bunch easier, but it is easier. And maybe this I can have most of the time. But let's finish talking about this. So we got the regular espresso, then the soup, and then the turbo. So try them one more time. Cheers. Yeah, this one has the most intensity, but very well rounded and balanced. The pop of acidity up front, the sweetness that follows is just right. And it's the one with the most body and thickness, of course. It's the most concentrated one. Then we go to the soup. Body-wise, it's almost like filtered coffee. I mean, I'm surprised how it's not, it doesn't have a whole bunch of acidity. It's not overly acidic. Again, maybe all coffees are not gonna work this well for this method. I'm sure you're gonna run into some that they don't work like this. But this is very pleasant. I can drink this anytime. It's like drinking an Americano. For that, I just pull a regular shot and make it into an Americano. I don't know. All right, and here goes the third one. This is the one that came in last place, which is the turbo. And I was surprised how good it tasted. I mean, now that they cooled, remember I said a little edginess? I could see some people might like the edginess because it's nice. It's nice. This feels more balanced with a little bit better sweetness. This has a little bit of edginess, but it's nice. I mean, some people might prefer that. Yeah, okay, back to the espresso. Just, you know, I can drink any of these three. They're all good. Okay, so I said berry tartness up front, fruity coffee. I'm not gonna say citrus on this one, but there is some kind of either caramel, salted caramel, some other kind of, you know, we've seen other things like cake batter. I think I saw once. I saw like waffle batter or waffle cone or some kind of waffle something. That all of that points to what I'm saying, caramel. So it could even be honey, caramel, some kind of like a sweet batter kind of thing going on. You know, each person you ask them, they might identify it in a different way. But that's what I have to say. I'm gonna read the bag now and see if there's anything else to report on. All right, put on my glasses. All right, here we go. So Indonesia. I've had Indonesian coffee before. I believe that the one time that I had one that was a punch in the face was an Indonesian. Yeah, I believe so. And it was harsh, man. It was loud. Just like the Kenyan from Good Brothers the other day. It was hard to tame and very difficult to dial in. And the same thing happened to me with the Kenyan from Good Brothers. It was difficult to dial in. It's just easier to just drink it as pour over. For me, I'm gonna drink it as filter coffee, and it's nice, but it's still loud. You want to do maybe a 1:16, 1:17, and dilute it a little bit more in that way. Okay, but this one, nothing like that. This coffee is a lot of sweetness and super balanced. I mean, all three methods are, the turbo is the least balanced of the three, but still, I mean, it's perfectly okay. Any one of these three coffees is easy to drink and very well balanced. You gotta like the new school of type of coffee where it has a lot of acidity. So if you don't enjoy acidity, yeah, this is not for you. There's no other way of saying it. All right, let's see, Indonesia. And I would read this word here, radio fair. I wonder what that means. I don't know. Sometimes during editing, I will add things on the screen or maybe do a little voiceover to explain further. I hope that Kent helps us out by providing a little bit of additional information in the comments to all these videos as I'm reviewing the different coffees. I think it's just the easiest way to do this. He wanted to send me everything at once. I'm gonna write to him an email. Hopefully, he still hasn't sent me the tasting notes as of me recording this. I said to hold off on that. So I'm gonna write him an email this week. You know, we have an email, guys, to communicate by email if that's your preferred method. I rather Instagram. Just send me a direct message on Instagram. I answer everyone, or comment on the videos. I answer everyone. So yeah, but we do have an email. Maybe if you're new to the channel, you don't know that, but it's ourlittlecoffeeclub@gmail.com. Okay. During editing, I'll put it here on the screen. I've been communicating with Kent through email. And I'm gonna send him an email saying, hey, don't even send me the tasting notes. I guessed on all the tasting notes. And when you see the videos, just comment below what they really were, you know. So I'll be exposed to the public. I don't care. You guys see that sometimes I get it all wrong, and that's what you see. Sometimes I get somewhat correct. Sometimes I'm spot on, and rarely, but it does happen. All right, let's see if I can understand anything else. So we got that word radio. Okay. Yeah, the next sentence, I don't know a single thing that it says there. Wow. Okay, on the processed, I will look that up and see what kind of processing this is. There is something there, maybe it just means washed. I don't know. It could very well just mean washed. I don't know what the word is. And it's got the one, I think it's got the character that's like an A and an E mixed together. Let me know what that means, Ken. Oh, he told me how to pronounce the O with the two little dots over them. Like an type of like pronunciation. You know, in English, sometimes you say O, but sometimes you like in between O and A, like And the O with the two little dots, that's kind of like how you say it. I'm sure I'm getting that wrong, but something like that. I wish I could say more about it, I don't know what any of these words mean, but Kent hopefully helps us out with a little bit of, provide a little bit of information. So read Kent's comments on the videos as to all of these Nordic coffees to get a little bit more insight. If I easily find more information, I'm sure I'll pop up some stuff here on the screen so you guys get a little bit more. But other than that, listen, this was fun. This was fun. As of this weekend, I'm planning to, I have talked about it several times, that there is a video that I got stuck with that I've been working on for months now, because I'll explain everything eventually. But the process got like slashed in like after the first recording, and the camera stopped recording and I couldn't get the rest of it. I had to come back to do an outro clip, which I never recorded as of yet. I have to do an intro clip to explain why it took so long to finish that project. Or a little bit, I don't know. This has been so complicated, that video, but I'm definitely gonna finish it because I recorded outside in the balcony with the correct lighting and it was really cool. I wanna finish that one. And once I post that video, I'm gonna leave it as a Friday video. Once I post that video, the next following Friday will be my very first live ever. So I've been thinking maybe to go live one day just to see how it works and then do that one outside in the balcony. So there's a chance I could do like a little pop-up live that lasts only a few seconds. Maybe I'm talking about a certain coffee I just brewed. I try to go live and see if I can make it work so that on that, so when I do it on that one Friday, I can make it work and it works fine. So yeah, but yeah, that will be like my first actual, like really trying to go live, and you guys will see. I have to finish that video that has taken me so long, and I have, but I'm thinking of this weekend. The reason I'm bringing it up is because this weekend, I'm hoping to sit outside in the balcony, set it up, do the intro kind of clip to it, do the outro clip to it, and leave it all set up so that I eventually post it on a Friday. And then immediately the next Friday after that, it will be an actual live. So yeah, and I'll announce it. Obviously on that video, I'll be very specific. Hey guys, you're watching this on a Friday. Next Friday will be my very first live ever. So if you have an opportunity to be there and live with me, I would love that. And we can have a little chat. I'll probably keep it short the very first time until I figure out a couple more aspects. Maybe we'll talk about it on that day. But yeah, so I'm hoping to finish that project this weekend. One awesome thing is that I think this weekend is gonna rain a whole bunch. So if tonight is raining, even better. The only thing is it can't be windy, because if it's windy, then you get wet out there. But if it's like sprinkling or raining and you can hear the rain, and with the whole, ambiance that I like keeping outside, I'll have my cocktail and my coffee, record the intro and outro and all that. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping to do that this weekend. So maybe a few weekends from when you see this video, okay, maybe in a couple more weekends or something like that, you'll see a live. So yeah. Anyway, enough chit-chatting. Hopefully I'm in frame and I didn't chop up the top of my head, which is kind of close. I kind of have to lean back a little bit or like aim the camera up more, or I don't know. I'll finish figuring this whole thing out. I know that it adds value to kind of see me at the end instead of just staring at the cup with the lighting in the back, what I usually do. You're still gonna get some of that, but I'll try to do more of this as well. And I really enjoyed my time here with you guys. I'm really, really happy with the outcome. I enjoyed the coffee. By the way, I'm gonna mix all of these together, add water until it tastes good as like an Americano or like a filter coffee. So I'll add the water little by little, and I'll enjoy the rest of that in that way. Probably I'll sit outside for a little while and finish this. But it was awesome spending the time here with you guys. My coffee family here on YouTube, I love you guys. Thank you for coming back week after week. Again, if I didn't have this little bit of an audience and this little family that we've been building here, why would I be recording myself making coffee every weekend? So, and now I'm providing like 2 videos a week. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the extra content. I've said it already a few times. I'm gonna perhaps start another channel just to talk about other things, and some coffee stuff too will be included in there, but not a coffee video. Obviously the coffee videos will be on this channel. but just to talk about other things. Just that coffee is a big part of my life, so I'm sure there's gonna be coffee on that channel too every now and then. But it'll give me an opportunity when I travel to put up more stuff, and even around town when I visit places and something interesting. Maybe sometimes just vlogs around the house. Maybe sometimes I want to just talk to the camera and talk about certain things that I'm thinking about. Recently, we've talked a little bit about music and stuff like that. But in a coffee video, you guys are not here for that. You guys are here for the brew session. So I understand. Thank you for being a part of it. I really appreciate you guys. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And this will be a Sunday video, so I'll see you guys on Friday. Okay, I'm gonna grab one last clip. I don't even have the mic on, but you should hear me okay. Here it is. I combined all of them, added some water from the hot water spout. It brought it up to a good drinking temperature because it was already full up to like right here. I just added a very little bit more water on top, and the temperature is perfect right now. So let's have a taste. I mean, I already tasted it, full disclosure. It tastes great, but let's have a taste on camera. Yeah, I have a nice Americano to finish my 3 shots. I'm gonna be fully caffeinated, hit the gym after this. All right, I'll see you guys next on Friday. All right, one last clip. I don't have the mic on or anything, but I wanted to show you, and I promise this is it. This is it. Thank you for, you know what? If you watch the video to the end, comment I like soup somewhere in your comment. This is the puck from the soup shot, but wow, it's very pretty. So before throwing it out, I figured I would show you. We never inspect the puck, but this looks like so evenly extracted. This is I don't know, but this looks terrific, man. Look at this. Let's break it open. Look at how nice and dry. It looks very well. I'm very surprised. Looks very well extracted, very nice looking. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting, so I grabbed this last clip. See you next time.